So what I've learned in my, let's see, 5 years now, 5 years going on 6 of entrepreneurial ventures, something I've learned is that it's really all about positioning. If you can position yourself, that's one of the keys to success, is just positioning correctly. And one of the keys to that is goal setting. And goal setting is something that, admittedly, and I'm confessing this to you guys, goal setting is something I don't think I've ever taken the time to really master. And so I made a commitment to myself that this coming new year, 2016, I am going to master goal setting. And so I purchased the course from Doran. It's called Living Your Best Year Ever. And it comes with this workbook, journal, guide. It's a really good book. And the book's titled Living Your Best Year Ever. And I'm getting into this book, and he basically talks about an 8-step plan to really mastering goal setting and doing it effectively. And one of the keys, one of the starting points, the first steps, is understanding that having a powerful why is the key. And I've talked about this before, so I won't spend a lot of time on it, but the analogy that Doran uses when he talks about having a powerful why is, if I offered to give you $20, I would lay a plank on the ground that's 10 inches wide and 30 feet long. And if I set it on that ground and connected, the door of one house to another or the window of one house to another, and I had that plank sitting on the ground and I offered to pay you $20, would you walk across it? And of course, the easy answer is yes. Here's the question. Same plank, 10 inches wide, 30 feet long. I put it between two 100-story buildings and have it be a bridgeway across from one window of a 100-story building to another window of a 100-story building 30 feet away, and I offered you $20, would you cross that plank then? And of course the answer is, well, no. There would have to be a greater incentive. Now what if the building across the way was on fire and your kid was in that building and they were screaming for help out that window? Well then obviously, $20 or no $20, you would cross that 10-inch wide, 30-foot long plank 100 stories above the ground. Well, what's the difference? The difference is the why. And so that's a fantastic illustration that Doran uses. And so you really have to zoom in and narrow in on your why when it comes to your goal setting. But another critical first step, and this is really getting to the heart of what I wanted to share with you guys today, is you really ought to take inventory of your last year. Before you go into setting goals for your new year, take a look at your last year. And man, I've learned so much about myself just taking time to journal and look here at the 3 most amazing people in my life. I had to sit down and you have to choose the 3 most amazing people in your life. I wrote down the three accomplishments that I'm proudest of this year. And then 3 things this year, if I could do them all over again, how would I do them differently? And I've had to look at my top 10 moments this year and write those down. And there's just all sorts of helpful exercises as far as my year in review. And let me just look at a couple more here just so I can kind of tell you guys, because this is just good stuff. And whether you would purchase this course or not, you really ought to do some of these things. 3 areas where I need to improve personally. 3 things I need to do more of. 3 things I need to do less of. 1 word that best sums up and describes my experience over the last year. The most important relationship in my life that I improved. The biggest risk that I took over this last year. The most caring service that I performed for somebody else. The smartest decision that I made. And the people, the things, and the viewpoints that have influenced my life the most over the last year. So that's the step that I'm in right now, and that's the second of an 8-step program that he gives. And I'm not telling you guys that you have to have an 8-step program to master your goal setting. I'm not telling you that you need to buy this course. However, if you want to, here, let me give it to you one more time. It's Living Your Best Year Ever by Doran. Awesome way to position yourself and just master goal setting so that you can actually do something effective and powerful in your goal setting for 2016. So I think I'm going to share a little bit more out of this book as I go through it. And of course, I intend to have my master plan for the year in place by January 1st so that I can pursue my goals effectively and efficiently and pursue the straightest course possible, the straightest path possible. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's all about positioning. So get yourself positioned for 2016. You ought to be thinking on, jotting notes down, and making plans right now. Not January 1st, right now, so that when January 1st rolls around, you are ready to push forward and just rock it. And here's the other thing I'm going to recommend to you, and I'll probably go into this later in a different Periscope, but find yourself a partner, a peak performance partner, somebody that you can check in with daily or every 2 or 3 days or weekly, for a half hour, an hour at a time, regularly, consistently. Find that one person who's got the same level of self-discipline you do or greater, that will give you that commitment, that will work with you, and perhaps the two of you can work together on your goals and accomplishing your goals for the year. But find that person right now and be selective. Don't pick somebody that's going to lose out on or, peter out after the first 30, 60, 90 days. Okay, find somebody that's going to hang with you for the year. And if you do that and you make it a point to master your goal setting and stick with your goals this year, make a huge, huge difference for you. So I invite you to join me on that journey, because mastering goal setting is something that I am definitely going to get done this year.